Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris, can you hear me? Samson, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Hey, Chris, can you hear me? How about you kick off?
Yeah, I think I'm good. I cannot hear Chris as well.
Chris might have some technical issues now.
Yes, Chris said he might need a few more minutes, 3 minutes. Let's wait.
Okay, let's wait for Chris.
Yes.
Yo, hello. Hi.
Hey,
So,
Chris.
thank you all so much for coming to Calico. I hope you enjoyed the contest. Ended a couple minutes ago, but without further ado, we're excited to introduce you all to XCamp, without whom this contest would not be possible. It's because of their support that we're able to continue running contests like this. And so, for the next 30 or so minutes, they're about to tell you about how to prepare for USACO Bronze and Silver. So, without further ado, welcome Charlie and Max.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for all of the organizers. You have tremendous hard work to make this happen. This is a big event. Also, I'm here happy to support as a sponsor of this event. Yes, next we will spend 30 minutes to share with the team let's see, USACO is coming, how we can prepare for that. Before that, I will give a quick introduction about myself and XCamp. I'm the co-founder and the CEO of XCamp. Also, I still work in Google. So I would like to show you a 2-minute video to share with you what XCamp is.
Can you see Charlie's slides? It looks like stop, right? Charlie, please check your slide. Yeah, we cannot see.
Shannon, what did you say?
I see we cannot see your sharing screen.
Oh, you cannot see the sharing. Sorry.
Yeah, looks like stop it.
Let me try again. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay, let me try again. Can you hear me?
Computer science and artificial intelligence are tools that will change the future. XCamp Academy is a community dedicated to inspiring and cultivating the next generation of computer science and artificial intelligence talent. XCamp Academy was founded in August 2017 in Silicon Valley by 2 Google software engineers. The name XCamp was inspired by the variable X, which represents unlimited opportunities. XCamp's curriculum system and training methodology is inherited from Mr. Xianyou Xu, a Chinese diamond-level international gold medal coach. Our staff here in the US is mostly composed of senior software engineers from tech companies in Silicon Valley and prestigious computer science students from top universities. In addition, we have strong support from international and domestic competition winners in our coach team. From beginner-level Python to classic C++ courses and competition honors courses, XCamp's curriculum is designed for students of all different levels. By participating in team-based competitions and facilitating frequent group study sessions, XCamp also fosters an environment of collaboration to build each student's confidence in their ability to code. As of mid-2023, more than 200 XCamp students have reached USACO Silver Division and above, including 30 in the Platinum Division and 12 were selected in the US camp, out of which 7 were fresh from the 2023 season and 1 is selected for the US national team. In 2022 and 2023, in Stanford's and UC Berkeley's renowned high school programming competition Proco and Calico, XCamp students won first and second place in the Advanced Division. In other well-known Bay Area programming competitions, such as the Hardcore Programming Invitational and Teams Code, XCamp students have won both novice and advanced groups top places and completed the transition from participants to problem writers. Here at XCamp, we believe that children have unlimited potential and can change the world through coding.
Today we have the speaker Max. He has 5-year teaching at XCamp. Also, he is a Codeforces Grandmaster. He is on Georgia Tech ICPC team. Also, they qualified for World Finals. Also ranked, number 6 North America, ranked the first one in South Regional national competitions. Max is the instructor for XCamp's highest level classes, 601, 602, and 603. As we just showed, XCamp has achieved big results in USACO, Proco, and Calico. I think some of you already know USACO is a big competition. It's prepared for the finalist to the US camp, also our national teams. So today, I will ask Max to share his opinion how to prepare bronze and silver in the coming USACO contests. Okay, Max, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hap, do you want to like present, or you want me to present?
It's fine. I'll just follow along with your presentation. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Charlie, for the introduction earlier. And yeah, so I guess I'll first talk about USACO Bronze here. I'd say this is pretty much this is the first step into like doing USACO. It's the first division that everyone has to pass to kind of start the competitive programming journey. And for this, I think it's just like it'd be sufficient just cover the foundations, like be comfortable with some programming language of your choice, whether it's C++, Python, or Java. At the bronze level, it's not particularly important which of these C languages you choose yet, because typically the constraints for bronze level problems are low and are very are very forgiving to slower languages. Whatever language you choose, you want to make sure you're comfortable with coding in it and using the standard library features available in your language. And in particular, I think time complexity is something that's becoming increasingly pertinent in the bronze division already. So I think in the past, that was not true, and pretty much every problem could be solved with some sort of brute force or the most naive code that produces the correct solution. In the more recent contests, they've been adding problems where it's not just enough to have the correct to have code that is technically correct. It also needs to fit under some time complexity bound. So where for example, an order n solution would run in time, where an order n squared solution would not. So yeah, knowing some time complexity knowledge is definitely useful for being able to analyze algorithms for the bronze division. Yeah. And then here we have some application topics here. I think generally it's just you don't really need too much textbook level algorithm knowledge, just a general sense of how to approach problem solving and reason logic and do good logical reasoning. Yeah. For the next slide. Yeah. So I guess an unwritten syllabus here. I think in summary, it's basically just in summary, I would say it's just getting comfortable with coding and basic problem solving. I think for most people, especially if you have prior math competition experience or just any sort of prior problem solving experience in general, bronze is not really a target that you have to worry about hitting. It is more so just as you get into doing programming competitions, you naturally kind of cross the bronze barrier as you get familiar with these types of problems. So for most people, it's not too big. It's not too big of a hurdle to cross. But in general, I would say even at the bronze level, you can start to get a sense of what a competition is like. You can start to deal with getting used to the competition, getting used to good coding skills, debugging, problem solving, these things. Yeah. So the suggestion here is, so I guess as I say here, bronze is usually not a target, but it's the first step. So I would say that it's more pertinent if you want to get further into competitive programming. I would say instead just focus on I guess learning some basic algorithms for silver and beyond, just in general, getting comfortable with problem solving, getting comfortable with coding, and getting comfortable with doing these competitions in general. And then as you build your foundation, as you build a more solid foundation base, you will naturally pass the bronze division at least, and then you can start doing more focused preparation once you reach a blocker. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that leads into the second division we're covering is silver for today. I think silver is usually the first division that people start to get stuck and need to do specific competitive program related training. It is not enough for them to just go off of any prior math competition experience or other problem solving experience anymore, barring some exceptions. So here I'd say that this is where you start to learn a lot of the classic algorithms related to classic topics related to graphs, some very basic dynamic programming. In fact, some people wouldn't even call it dynamic programming, but it's just I think very basic concept of a state, maybe some prefix sums, which could be loosely considered a form of dynamic programming. But just in general, starting to get your feet wet with some of these specific algorithms that you would encounter in maybe an introductory or intermediate level algorithms course. Yeah, other things I listed here. Yeah, binary search, prefix sum, two-pointer sweep line. So yeah, just some some more, I guess, like more basic to intermediate level algorithms. Yeah, and then as kind of seeing things, but just like a little more like, by now you're writing some more, maybe a little substantially more code. No, 100 lines is maybe rare, but like, I mean, it's just like, I think in general, it's just like you're probably gonna be writing more code now. It's gonna be like maybe harder to debug. If you just hard to debug, so maybe you need to develop some of these skills. But still, I think the focus is going to be mainly on problem solving and like being able to come up with the ideas quickly. I think the implementation is still usually not particularly complex for the silver division, but it is good to have these skills on your belt if you want to, like, in general, get far in your competitive programming journey and do well in these competitions. Yeah. And then I think by now also, getting used to competition, maybe like develop some sort of strategy where if you can't solve all the problems, which subtasks, you should be going for subtasks throughout the competition to make sure you get partial credit, things like that. So just like, developing a better competition sense and how to manage your time for 4 hours for 3 problems. Yeah. And then, I think a lot of the similar advice applies here. I guess now I'll dive a little more into like kind of the second bullet point of getting prepared for the competition. So I think like when you do more training for these programming competitions, that can take on many different forms. So like, it's just like not just like aside from learning algorithms, you also want to do a lot of problems. So like, a lot of problems. So here we have like, for example, like mock tests, or just like in general, like doing like other like past competitions to get a sense of like what the problems are like and to help prepare for that. I guess just dealing with the concept of failure, that's always a potential whenever you get into competitions. Upsolving is a term that's very commonly used in competitive programming, and it just means to solve a problem in a practice session, like after the contest already happened. So after you do a contest, you don't just like forget about the contest and move on. You usually go back and revisit the problems, check the ones that you didn't solve, if you didn't solve any, and then solve them in practice session, and then writing a summary. I think a lot of these will kind of depend on like your own personal practice style. So your mileage may vary with some of these. Like if you're the type of person who like does like sort of like documents like heavily all your practice and like write detailed summaries and like reflect, versus just like you kind of just go at it. That kind of depends on person to person. So a lot of your mileage may vary on some of these, but generally, you start to develop these like sort of like habits for how to improve and kind of build your own learning process for getting better.
Okay, thank you, Max. This is pretty high level suggestions and advices. We will leave some time for you to ask maybe more detailed questions. XChem, we work offer weekend classes. Every weekend, we have 12 classes. Usually one class takes 10 weeks. In addition, we have summer and winter camp. We have winter camp coming December 26th to 30th. It's on site. It's in San Jose. If you have some challenges, you may join our on-site winter camp this time. In addition, please remember we have a free public mock test on December 9th, 1 week before the USACO contest. Please come to join our free mock test. So get kind of prepared for the December the 1st test. Generally, we have 9 weeks of mock test from January to March. Also, we have live solutions after each USACO contest. In addition, we have USACO Grandmaster class. This is mostly for the platinum gold level contesters. Okay, we leave some time for the QA. Any questions? You may just raise your hand. You can ask, or you can type on the chat.
I think there's already one question in the Q&A chat box. I think it's asking about the 100 problem challenge. If you want to answer that, Charlie.
Oh yes. To help students to prepare for the coming USACO contest, we prepared 100 problems for each level, from bronze to silver to gold to platinum. So we compile from very kind of easy problem, so to the intermediate to hard problem. So after this 100 problem, you will gain very solid foundation, also very good practice, and to be well prepared for the coming contest. One question, is it too early for a 10-year-old to start? At XCamp, most of students, they start from 5th grade or 6th grade. It's kind of 11 to 12 years old. 10-year, I'm not sure which class he's in now. If like a 5th grader or not yet, maybe just wait a year, for this contest of the classes XCamp offered. We are pretty serious hardcore coding. We teach Python, then C++. Yeah. Another question is, if we don't know any language yet, is it better to use C directly? Comparing to Python, C kind of C++ is a little bit more challenging than Python. So at XCamp, we teach Python first. We teach 3 classes, CS 100, 101, and 102. They are in Python. So after these 3 classes, the student can get very solid foundation on coding. They also might be very interested in coding. Then later on, we will introduce C++. Any other questions? Oh, there's another about the 100 problem too. Is if all these 100 problems are authentic problems? The answer is no. For this USACO historical problems, these are public. For us, we collect some of the problems, a small portion, but also we construct new problems in XCamp system. There's questions asked, if I missed December contest, can I still do the next one? The answer is yes. Every year, there are 4 USACO contests, December, January, February, and March. The March one is also called US Open. So you can take any of them. If you pass the level in any of these 4 contests, you can get to the next division. Helen had,
yeah, I can answer the question for practicing, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead. Maybe Max, you can answer the question. How long should this been practicing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like definitely your mileage will vary. It depends on your personal growth, how quickly you're improving, what you need to work on, etc. So I think it's not really about how long you practice per week, but it's more like, are you doing like meaningful practice on problems that are challenging enough for you to like develop new skills and insights, and not just like doing problems that you already know how to do. And so I guess, yeah, I guess if you were to follow like a course from like XCamp, those are usually like once per week. You do like 3 or 4 problems per week. I think it might differ depending on what class you take, but I think the more important things are you're doing problems that are like, yeah, like I said before, like challenging problems that are, I guess, pushing your abilities. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Max. The next question is, how could participate in the 100 problem challenge? Yes, we are open for not only XCamp students, but also in not XCamp student too. So Shanshan, would you please post the registration form? So you can just register. After we get your email on the contact, we will share you the registration to XCamp system. So you can see the 100 problems. Then you can start working on that. We also have a discourse platform to ask questions. If you have any question, you can post there. Our teachers or some students, they may reply you pretty quickly. So the next question, how do you know your USACO level after your test?
I guess, yeah, I think this question depends on how you measure level. Like if you're measuring level by the USACO division, then your level is what division you are currently in. But like if you want to compare to like, if you're asking compared to other like platforms, like you compare to Codeforces or something, then I think I don't know. I think it's hard to compare like different sorts of platforms because there's like different formats. It's like, for example, Codeforces is like short form. It's like 2 hours to solve many problems, whereas USACO is like 3 hours to solve like, or 4 hours to just focus on 3 hard problems for your division. But I would say in general, just like, I would just say like as long as you feel like you're improving and you can, you're getting better and you're doing better in like different contests, I think that is enough like to say like your level. I guess I'm not really certain what the question is like asking. Yeah.
Yep. The Daniel has a question. Son took the Calico contest today. It took a while to submit the answer. How about the USACO? Yeah, today we all know we have more students than expected to take the contest today. So there are some little glitches. But for the USACO, it's pretty mature platform. Every year there are maybe more than 10,000 or even 20,000 students to join the contest. That should be okay. Also, for the Calico, it's a teamwork, but for the USACO, it's a one-person contest. Yeah. Next question.
Oh yeah, that's about the form. I think it's asking about the format of the contest, like how many problems. It's usually 3 problems and 4 hours, except for the US Open is always 3 problems and 5 hours. And I think they try to ask slightly harder questions in the US Open. Yes. So there are 4 contests in total per year. So there's December, January, February, and the US Open, which is in March.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the next one is just like yes, someone asked for a Discord link, and then or discourse, and then yeah, if you don't do well in the December contest, can you still register the following month? Yeah, you can keep trying again and again each month, or as much as you want. You can technically even keep trying after you graduate high school. I mean, just like the contest is open for everyone. It's just like only high schoolers are chosen for like the camp at the end of after the platinum division, like at the end of the year. Yeah. No, I think the person that asked about the level in USACO clarified their question. So they're asking about the grading rubric. Yeah, so the way it works is like there are 3 problems and each problem is worth like 1,000 divided by 3 points. So, and then if you don't solve all the test cases, it's like the percentage out of 1,000 divided by 3. So I guess like a total example is like if you full solve all the problems, it's 1,000. If you only solve 2 problems and get no test cases on the third problem, then you get 667 because it rounds up. So there's 1,000 divided by 3 times 2, and then like if you get like the first 2 problems plus some partial test cases on the third problem, then you get like more than that. And I think usually the cutoff is like anywhere between the numbers for the cutoff it depends on how everyone did, but it usually like it's like between like I think lowest is usually like 650 and then like highest is like 800, but it will always vary like in between like that range. Yeah. What's going on is a Q&A session. Yeah. What's the difference for the US Open to the other 3 tests? I think so the technical difference is that they give you like 5 hours instead of 4 hours. And the idea is I guess they give harder questions than usual in the US Open. I think in practice if you look at historical results, that isn't necessarily true. I don't think the US Open is always harder than the other contests, just like looking at historical data and like also looking off just like opinion of competitors. But that's the idea, is that they give you one extra hour and then you get like slightly harder questions than usual, but still like appropriate for the division you're in.
Can I ask a question using a microphone? So my son has some Python knowledge. He's fifth grader. He learned a lot of Python using W3 schools and all that. So for XCamp, do you offer like a beginner? Does he need to still take the like Python classes, or do you have a beginner C++ and he can join directly? Because I thought, eventually if you want to go silver and gold and all that, C and C+ is probably the only choice. So I thought maybe just go directly there. So, want to hear your advice.
Yes, you are right. So for the 0 and above, C++ and C, they have big advantage, especially on the performance part. At XCamp, we have 3 Python class, as I just said, 100, 101, and 102. Then we go to C+ at 200 class. We have a placement test for every student. See if your son has background and he can pass our placement test, I think he can join 200 class to learn C++ from the beginning. Yeah.
So the placement test is really focused on the syntax of the language, or is all more focused on like problem solving?
Mostly on the problem solving.
Okay.
Yeah, for our like 102 class in Python, we teach most all these sorting algorithm, like a bubble sort, selection sort. So if he already have this kind of background, definitely he can skip this class.
Yeah. Okay. The placement test, is this something that you can share publicly, or does he need to join somewhere to take the test?
You need to register, then we can give you a test link.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think we have our assistant link here. We can share with you. Yeah, certainly you can share with him.
Yeah,
Vincent. Yeah.
Next question was about USACO again. I think asking if you can move to bronze in one contest, and the answer is yes. If you pass the cutoff in December and you promote from bronze to silver, then in the next contest, January, you can start taking the silver contest. And actually, there's a system in USACO. It's the in-contest promotion. If you get a perfect score, 1,000 points, then you can immediately go start taking the contest for next division in the same like month. So theoretically, if in December you get 1,000 points on bronze, you can immediately start taking silver, and then you get 1,000 points on that, you can immediately start taking gold, and you get 1,000 points on that, you can immediately start taking platinum. So if you get a full score on the contest, you immediately promote without having to wait for next month.
Yes, the USACO it has 4 days for each month for each kind of contest. Like the December one, you have from Friday to Monday. You have 4 days. You can choose any 4 hours to take the contest. If you, as Max said, if you pass one level with 1,000 points full score, you can go. You have time, to go next level immediately in that weekend.
What happens if you pass platinum? So there's no concept of passing platinum. So for platinum, it would just be the top, the students who did the best across like all 4 contests in the platinum division, like throughout the year, they get recruited for the US camp. Yeah, so there's no like cutoff. There's no cutoff for platinum. There's just nothing above that. Yeah.
Any other questions? No? Yeah, if not, I will turn back to Chris. Oh,
one more
there's
question.
another last question. Is US camp 20 people? The answer is every year is around 26. Last year we have 27. It's around 26 people. Chris, are you there? Maybe Chris is busy to get to find the winners now, working on the find a winner
He's
list.
back. Yeah, Chris is
Back.
back.
We're very busy getting the winners that we're very excited to announce the winners very soon. But if everyone has any last questions for XCamp, in that case, okay. Well then, thank you everyone. Is this the conclusion of the talk?
Yes, we can. Yeah, we conclude. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you everyone very much for coming to see our talk with XCamp. We will be announcing the winners in about maybe half an hour, 20 minutes. So hang tight, and yeah, except to keep an eye out for an announcement about that very soon. All right. Thank you,
Chris. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Max. Good luck. Yeah.